This is a charming 2D action game where you play as a young girl named Mako who accidentally falls through a portal into this mystical realm called the Mayoi world, where gods live alongside all sorts of creatures called Mononoke. What makes this game interesting is how it mixes the classical action platforming with this unique delivery service concept that actually drives the entire progression system. The basic setup is that Mako lands in this otherworldly place and gets picked up by this monster who runs something called the Bumon Delivery Center. And basically, she's stuck there and the only way home is to work as a courier, collecting divine seal stamps from various gods by completing deliveries for them. It sounds simple, but there's actually a lot going on under the hood. The main gameplay loop is all about accepting delivery jobs, which means you'll head out into different areas to gather specific items that gods have requested. This isn't just a matter of walking around and picking up stuff though. You'll have to explore dangerous territories filled with hostile Mononoke, mining crystals from deposits, fighting your way through enemies, and sometimes even taking down powerful boss creatures to get rare materials. Once you've collected everything, you have to return to special workbenches scattered throughout the world to properly package your items using spirit-infused wrapping paper before making the actual delivery. The combat is where things actually got really interesting and a bit unconventional. Mako wields this magic rod, but the real star of the show is something called Red Nectar. This substance is basically the lifeblood of the world, and Mako can use it in combat in some pretty creative ways. You can splash it on enemies to slow them down, then jump on their heads to perform these special smite attacks that deal extra damage. And the Red Nectar also spreads when you hit enemies covered in it, so you can chain these effects to control multiple foes at once. The game also has this thing called power energy that you collect from blue orbs, and when you've gathered enough, your regular attacks get enhanced with these powerful power blasts. In between jobs, you get these break periods back at the delivery center where you can prepare for your next assignment. There's this hub area with various facilities. You can deposit materials at what's basically an ATM system, shop for supplies from traveling merchants, rest up to recover your health, and most importantly, customize your loadout. The gods give you these divine blessing talismans as rewards, and you can equip different combinations of them to change how Mako plays. It's not the deepest customization system ever, but it gives you some meaningful choices about how you approach different challenges. The game has boss encounters. Some of the delivery jobs are actually for gods who have gone completely berserk for various reasons, and you'll need to fight them to complete your delivery. These aren't just regular boss fights either. The game frames them as you literally trying to calm down these enraged deities so you can hand them their packages. The world itself is divided into different realms, each with their own aesthetic and types of challenges. The art style really does nail that hand-drawn animation feel with fluid character movements and this beautiful color palette. One thing that's worth noting is how the game balances its different elements. You're never just doing pure combat or pure exploration. Everything is interconnected through the delivery system. It creates this nice flow where you're always switching between different types of gameplay without any one element feeling too repetitive. The progression system is pretty clever too. As you complete more deliveries and fill up your notebook with seal stamps, new areas open up and you gain access to more challenging jobs with better rewards. Overall, the game feels like one of those games that takes a familiar genre and adds just enough unique twists to make it feel fresh. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.